Masia. Some courtships end, and when they do, believers must ask, how can even a breakup honor Christ? Say a bedroom pointer who say yes, Adamfo na woni nipa ne ye no. Adamfo no purpose in tia pese offer nipa na Adamfo no onsanka. Na mo papa mu a empapa mu nim no. Asembuse o si ebuse ho ye say paya me ni nipa e papa ayonkofa yi mu no. Say na affect me Christos. Not too long ago, somewhere ending of March, I had to part company with my boss back coming in a year for so many years. I can't. Say let's not look at it from only relationship point of view, and I'll use that example. No, since 2009. In the 2009 basis, there how many years? 17 years. To the point that at some point in the Ejuma relationship, friendship, we became so close, my family knew me. My family knew no. And unim say Messiah suffer. Indeed, even though a penny me be in terms of academics or when you me be, but ultimately be catch me say or problem with oneneba, and as also I should help in advising how to patch up with neighbor. I miss Sanyama way at some point we have to still split. In the split, yeah. Still baby, and now baby, still who say, we are suffer. If you don't break up relationship in the best of ways, affected baby. That's the point I want to drive home. In the Bible passages here, 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 31. Whatever you do all to the glory of God. Even in breaking a relationship, do it to glorify the name of God. Let all that you do be done in love. Even in breaking up that relationship, or say you down or dirty, at the chair nipa na ye break it up And you see, when me can love, my understanding of love, my entity of love, my concept of love, is entirely different. You think of love in the sentimental way. My simple definition for love is a responsibility. If you want to open, my simple definition for love is a responsibility. Indeed, you have to be responsible for breaking up process, and you do it in such a way say you dignify the person involved. You as the other party, you keep your dignity and integrity as a person and as a Christian. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 1. Walk worthy of the calling with which you were called. Friend, no yankopa friend and say mbeye Christopher no. Ye nantima bibie mu no or say ye ma yensu ni eban no esefata ofra unyankopon friend even in breaking up a relationship. Imagine say you date two ladies and now two guys in the church. Then you break up with omumi enu nyina wonwonai e wa so ni ma wangas weni be kan so ni matna. That's and to say the medical can many even call out na in the marriage. It does not mean say also by me first a great enemy. Me huna me bubu na ninja na so nusu bubu me ninja. No, okay. In the main idea, yeka ho asem say. How we live a relationship says as much about our spirituality as how we enter one. So the basic a breaking up relationship ɛka nsɛm bebree ɛfa yɛn ho ɛte sɛ deɛ ɛbɛka fa yɛn ho ɛbrɛ a yɛhyɛ relationship ase, because we all know sɛ yɛhyɛ relationship ase a ɛyɛ fɛfɛɛfɛ ɛyɛ dɛdɛɛdɛ, and so when we are breaking it has to be fɛfɛɛfɛ, it has to be dɛdɛɛdɛ. Usu kakra no people anim na call baby. Indeed, John Maxwell say character is most clearly seen not in the beginning but in the ending. So biya be hu suban ye pa enye se de osi sha ase o. Enye se de oni ni be wie. Indeed, oni ni ntem awieye no ene be hu say akwai, even though I'm losing him, even though I'm losing her, even though adwuma no ye jai, even though ayonkofa no ye jai, but baby a mehia ni bia me tuche man because we are correct. That's how it must be. Indeed, I don't know you must say eya din o me kano me wadwim no eya say me come na ye de but as me feel be that me feel be pa chen. I've felt breaking up relationships, but in all of that, you know, we manage the situation in such a way. Say, life continues after you've broken up with somebody. In the end, says, why some Christian relationships should end. Say, unu binam. And I say, only obi boy yonkofa, only obi we adwuma relationship be ye hwani nyina e wo Kristosum kwan so. Etoda ene maybe be can tell say baby a relationship na ekon o si etwa so, and I say o si edisi. Indi enyema o se ye hwene nso no ebi say enye course bia ye bekum no ena was a ekowie aware. And untina you started your addition with dating with a purpose. Say one who purpose in there or person who establish a relationship now. And una ni break up no ebeye bibia wo. Sometimes you can establish some relationship just to know about in this context the opposite sex. Ebi o ha, but me ho ye example. After basic school, make up basic school, primary 1 to 6. JHS. I went to a purely boys school, St. Peter's, RC, Roman Hill. Indeed, from JHS 1 to 3, purely boys, no girls. SS, it was a mixed school, but in my class, it was 32 boys, 1 lady. Indeed, what the name life, in fact, who say for formative years, times are, and now time I was in car, me who, na me take a mass by relating with a man. My life was skewed towards moving with a man. You get the point? Indeed, after secondary school, secondary school, I was the type of, I will not give you the chance to come close. After secondary school, no, you say relating with ladies a problem, and I say a issue. Into consciously, you want to solve that problem. You may not have the same problem as me. Obi the opposite. I call girls school. Sa into go tertiary na oko tertiary life where a free range between a man and man, you will be overwhelmed. In the yantia purpose until they establish a relationship no must be known so that you work towards that purpose. Okay. Dating period no, and I said time I did dating, no, me say a process of discernment, not a marriage contract. Dating, no, bra opese na te emema ase ote ma ase, so that you can best relate with a ma and a mema and your contract. And that's the mistake a lot of you make. Or dating, or person behave like a wife, or person behave like a husband. You're wrong. Or purpose in tia odiko mono. Try as much as possible to achieve that. Say the ability to marriage, I mean you go on. Say any lead to marriage at the point when you are okay with what you want to know, you can tell it and move on. Problem here say you do what you are not supposed to do. When we are breaking up, obiya feel say waboka. Waboka. But when you know say I don't know, and yet for marriage purpose into now enter into that particular relationship, we can be him and I can be oh. Why should some Christian relationship should end? First one, say legitimate reasons now. I was say a baby a baby end Christian relationship no. Spiritual incompatibility. You can't. My brother, you can't. But once it is the truth, we will keep saying it. Say unu obijidie enyepa. It's very difficult to have a proper relationship with that person. Jidie, I thought that I cannot. Oh, Christopher, Pentecost, ne, Church of Christ, Methodist, ne, Church of Christ, Roman, ne, Church of Christ. Okay. What about a Muslim, any Church of Christ near? And no compatible. But when you say, sorry, ABS, Bokrum, ABS, Church of Christ, neighbor, criminal, neighbor, my bewareno. Or see a speaker, and you are saying a. And sometimes we talk about the truth and the realities, but yeah, more fun and simple. And I say, so far, there's an exaggeration. A BS will happen. To be Church of Christ, neighbor, no good in my life because of marriage. Me wo Adam Fobi, and then go university. Then the sumo boku me ya. And Okoware Pentecost ni. After so many years, and I'm in the Koshia program biase. In the share program, national, and I'm buying say, Braben, I'm says, was intimacy. Obian Church of Christ on co heaven. And I'm busy and say, in the Tamana, what Church of Christ, my young Kowareano. Now just ask him needy, and I know Windy. See, I walk over will be now within a chico Pentecost in tea, and I will be a question. And I say, then, no, see interest. Any child situation will be a call. My point in here say, do baby, name who say, Papa, and num a sumunti, our any year, a better so be trasso than all the call our name, not our any be a problem amount. A man wondering at the being home. Bible say, if you on one day, Beman day, and I wouldn't pass Church of Christ about Jonqua. Our inti also may pencil, but the whole crochet a tribia, a hematodis, I say. A tribia, a Pentecost, I say. A tribia, a year, and cremo, I say. And mind you, the moment that Obe enter into marriage, na Ephesians chapter 6, you have say marriage, no. submission, the basic responsibility of a wife is to submit. Indeed, if you are unable to submit to a Pentecostal head of your home, and as a charismatic head of your home, straight away we will say on the grounds of religion. Indeed, we need to pay attention to that. Different convictions or callings. Me pay you know. Kushia Gaby. I catch him and say, hey, bra. Say, oh, ambitions, oh, by Church of Christ, elder there, Jinanchen. Oh, ambitions, oh, by Church of Christ, software, Jinanchen. Do you ever consider a beer? You are thinking of becoming a deacon in the future. Nam see you, Mate, and you also Jinanchen. But when him, I was say, Sir Madame Bono, or Coco, or a Church of Christ in Sofo. And sometimes a man, and a memano, in your youthful exuberance, when you are between 18 and 24, fantasy world, no, you fantasize about and me pay way. Say one the Onyankopon person or de obraniye ana ode obraniye in terms of religion. No one who de bema no ana oba no oba wa kwam no de Onyankopon person or de ne ye. Sometimes it affects the relationship because my ambition, Mami, who are me sofu. Are you ready to be sofu, Mami? So when you say, "Oh, you're ready," so buy sofu, Mami. Edi abeboa, me mejumane dia. Me worry why you because me choose yenkusi no. Also, betu me see yenkusi. In the calling the convictions, issue. I was a deeply. In the selection process, say, hey, na enquire, or say, and these are the things you should do during the dating stage. But dating stage, you know, what the year at the for the who here no mon fine and persistent dishonesty. Yeah, Christopher no consistently who say bray you will try on throw. Who says sister or chawon it should tell you say a twaso kwa wari ni ma emfa persistently or the case you who say there's nowhere unya legalizing na obey open say or the case indeed we should be mindful of some of these things so who say na it should tell you say baby ade na ekono ebeye se obetwa so ntem dan obeto aso de akodu ekira ebehaw yetwa eno so a emotional or spiritual manipulation nipa no or the watinke di agro or the ohun eni osum ehun enema no se de wo si bunu se de wo si value sa enema no ono no on fanesa anase o didi agro men can simply or didi agro so who say if we are serious about relationship now a good reason for you to break that relationship up. Repeated sexual compromise say a bedroom stage be a Christopher oh yenda also who say you see sexual immorality all the passages are sexual immorality no and you're simply having sex outside marriage. In the mind of God, he put sex in the marriage context. In any form of sexual activity outside of marriage, and sexual immorality. In the say na nipa na one ne nam no I say ni interest na ye no it should tell you, and I say it will be a very legitimate ground for you to break that relationship. Lack of peace after prayers. Say unini pakrono monantie muno de bia asumdue nim after mabompaya wo ho makasa wo ho medi ho komo matry say mo be solve issues na emma asumdue mba no na edaso etoaso na asumdue ni ho a it should be a grounds for a legitimate grounds to break that relationship up. A broken courtship is far less painful than a broken marriage. And last week, movie scene be baby Faran ne Raju ekofa pia tamo ware no omoko menkan so omoko wi ani fi ayefo na ase no se mutie nkomo na Raju ni di na oba ne say it is too late. And then Raju Kachen or say people will talk about it. And then Raju Etunufu say they will talk for a few weeks and Ubia will get over it. But brass how are you problem any price Rancho Caso or Debatoso, it will persist throughout the life of the marriage than any public can. Nanka Pierre Bawaru na boys bibi we are different warrior na say eno ye beka aboswa 2 months no bia jaika in this so konya de wakoma pepa na ne to ha still when you do open dan say obaka kotena warrior there be a problem e will masi. What the point na say in the broken courtship far less painful than a broken marriage. In the yama no guide say be ya in decision ebe ye de eye ama aware na akoso we de tete ye beba issue ni sisi ya ntina me ko speed kakra no in the before we be end no enema wa say odwen ho na consider say buzenyankopon for nyansa or the manage situation. James chapter 1 verse number 5. Proverbs chapter 15 verse number 22. And so to info. Say nini nemuno or say ya bompaye ya je empenyumfo ana a Christopher empenyumfo muwo nimdie ewo awaremu ya wofo ene aso empenyumfo adwene ana adwenkyere ewo difficult relationships emu if we want to break our relationships ne upper or say you seek counsel about it or say ye ni awofo din enkomo ye mu bebre ye problem ye say ye ni awofo ndi aware ho nkomo and I say ye ka ho asem kiro mu very late in the process in the kobase at that latter stage in the process na awofo na penesope na ye nya broken heart. Say me mama ampene maware so me papa ampene maware so ka start ya na ode kire no and o ma go ahead and they no see cross with him but ye ni we na last minute to the ban was we dem memfo so a na akoma ayo ya ndi ye mbo ho mpa ye ne mpanimfo enkasa na ye hwe de ebeboa ye. The question we have Bishop say, am I ending this because God is leading me or because my emotions are leading me? So do stage now or contemplate say or per se or breaking relationship now. Question I was say obusa ho and now there was odwen ho say decision to break the relationship no. Is it led by God and answer a legitimate godly reasons enti NLDJ and answer a purely based on emotions say it mean who and it may separate your emotions from godly reasons ebemaye timia take decision say relationship way it is worth pursuing and answer it is better off breaking than continuing. Indeed, at every point, we need to ask ourselves and reflect on that question. And the issues now, how to break up in a godly way. A kwan ben so after the why setting say I didn't emfa indi or say odisi see edisi a kwan papa ben pa no see a faso ni edisi. Now, mind you, Madika can say we are looking at it in a romantic situation, but we can apply it in other areas of your life, in relationship, for a jumemu, any sukumu, any BBM. First one, say, speak the truth in love. Yvonne, nanka mi trim papa, say, meno wananti anka. And then you made them a warranty. Unquanam do the example. And Nona Meka Minya case. I am Kubia de Minya case. Indeed, and ne Pese a Tiase, and I'm Peso Tiase say, you are a very good person, but into me and worry. How do you want to complicate this? Then you give the reasons. Some legitimate reasons now. You can't come once no. I say, menu kumudi nyine mu no. Omo mati say, unye interested in becoming osofumame. My ambition say that may Church of Christ of. My ambition say that may elder. My ambition say that may deacon. But say meet me a deacon, meet me a elder, meet me a software. I need your support. And one mama say, "Oh, the person be of mommy." Indeed, on that grounds, we need to part ways. Sister Tracy, sister. No. A man, not so far coach dating with the purpose mechanism will be and common be a menu be dinner. Sometimes you don't pay attention to a member conversations. Indeed, you kind of don't get a more message early for you to also be asking questions about who be man. That's the fundamental thing. I don't think that be a man can say a money line no, because no who and why are satisfied with and there may be a who actually indeed your own he is coming close so that obu in common pastati ya need do in common questions type biano or so I didn't pass on them say bray you pay BBF in decide miss me pay BBF or uyina no now so bisa because you are always answering questions without asking one. And when we say questions also unye information. Okay, and the young kind of great, let's be blunt. A bad say intimate to asubim. No ejanisa intimate to asubim. Any intimate to asubim and run intimate to asubim. I mean, you are not being truthful. You are not being honest. And you are not being clear and respectful in our relationship. In the speak the truth in love. Be honest. Be gentle. Respectful and be clear in the conversation about breaking up the relationship. Or say nipa netin ho ase say ade we say nti na bra ne say ontimi ade we say nti na sister ne say ontimi ne mento aso nti say our correction be ye e was hard no ho a he does that or she does that in the next relationship. But we are finally deeper but intimi to aso and finally na me na chese we are fine guy pa but intimi to aso fine guy na me na chese. Oh, so you're clear. No, nipa nu who say ade we say nti na yeko. Avoid ghosting, manipulation, and cruelty, and false hope. Sa anya mani na no see ejai. Because mesima dwene pise yen to aso biem nti, then I begin to manipulate you. ase me dada o ase ye ko ase ye nko ghosting no as you want to find some fault to be party be the so they account asem ebi o ha ye cruel. We begin to insult, we begin to blackmail, and I said backbite. Yeah, can onsem chere afofro ne am painting it to mamobi we say gay we there boy we say the no go area. So yes sir, you are not breaking that relationship up in a godly way. Ebim, see, treat others as you would want them to treat you. Indeed, said the opposite. Among for be more respect, obi a judge so and I say obey clear amount. In the same way, be clear, be respectful in the breakup process. Boss on the relationship. And man yet to say, I say you are your boss of the relationship. Whatever you see is fine now. Mejao so minjao. When I jam it down, go maybe the minjao. Or say you know you caught. I will go through pointer. You mean na jia to say ye jai. And no be here. Just say there's clarity, there's truth, there's respect in the breakup process. No, the honesty may hurt for a moment, ambiguity wounds for much longer. Say, you know to say the many want the example na obesun but I mean your hurt no. Process na the broken heart time no a better shorter than obia ne de ne ye if you confirm me biem no sending message we've parted ways. If you find another boy, if you get another boy, you can go ahead. Sir, which one will be more painful? Indeed, say yeah, honest in the processor. Even though no hurtful, but Baku will heal faster than the other. Anytime bia obekai some message ni bia hey frame me biem eno nko anu bekai ne hurt no but okai asema brain kan pa nti oso ni meje okay indi se me me fo do bi ya or say me ye so that in my next relationship no it doesn't happen that way. And most times no omo experience peaceful breakups no they heal faster and they turn up better in their next relationship than omo de any year and haphazard no. E kwan be for so e be break up abra yenye bone e wo relationship no e say me no want to ask you, but I don't harbor bitterness about you. Ebia we ye ma de bi pa na eye me ya and am gina so de a breaky relationship no, but I forgive you of ade na we ye me no and I move on. Say o de yaw e ya obey boni, even though we jai, but you will still want to find ways to pay the person back for ade na or the year no. A quiet to be my break up by any bonnet, maintaining purity. Maintaining purity. It has to do with money. When immediately I allow sex in relationship, no, we kill the purity of the relationship. And even if it goes on to become marriage, because what you are supposed to keep and give the person on the first day of marriage, you know, all their money in the relationship time, in the after people wedding fefefe no whatness ade ehu dadaada ahana ya na yede no live at peace with the person say menu date na ye jaya enje say oye metamfo ana say menu wa yaka sa yaka ne bebem na ejina how the relationship ended any me cause in the relationship and ebema ayaka na ba but say yetna e wa asumdwem ye break up asumdwem saa nyama ni nyina emba ene ma wo se yatwe hu free ho ebra ya break up no ye keka enipa no ho nsem gossiping na konkonsa revenge ye pese se wo ye ade bia ye te ye ka anase ye bitua ne ka slander nenti twitwa ene niema enye nokre ye pese ye ka efa enipa no ho ena sexual compromise ebu ha oni na jai but still or sani ni shia I know of a situation where they broke the relationship. I mean they did the breakup with sex. Is it who say ade no enyamba so maame se won pene so papa se won pene so enti ene yen se and ade o say avoid the public humiliation ne dia begina dwom ne ye die ho atem ne totoma ne ho no bia hu say hey I know the entire happen power TV so relationship no me kaisa ba ku bia me hwe de omo ni TV3 no as me well say no na ba ku bi say the previous episode no omo share in the na me ehwe bi no na omo friend omo back no more can emunsem see read my lips and no can someone on TV see that's the situation and yeah Christopher no we should avoid sa and your money na say ya jiatum ya break it up. How do we set boundaries say be ya e dey be protect yemienu nyina free enema ense na emfata ho ampa Ecclesiastes bibia wone bre tamana ye lovers no ewo ho sese ye lovers biem indi ade ba ko ayenye ne yenye ni yie we don't go through the broken heart and I say healing process no correctly break up bia no I was saying now go through broke up broken relationship process ni AC. Yes. Say one process ni mu ANC it will affect you in the next relationship. In the usukakra no why introspection no to bo healing from enema a healthy in the previous relationship then you start slowly before you and it takes some time in the you're careful about that healthy boundaries no say even in the we have to consciously reduce communication. Is it amana aye and then the hotel me ex in the I don't know and no emboa say when me and set proper boundaries now you have another person you are dating you still have your ex also need to communicate and no one can say a problem for the current relationship you have. So when you say to me, let it go, why did you break up in the first place? Indeed, we should be mindful about that. We shouldn't get confused about the fact that we've broken up this relationship and probably we are in the healing process, or we are in the process of establishing another one, or whether you're breaking the yesa starting for. We should be clear in our minds which stage we are when it comes to a particular relationship. We know you're jai and I said me starting for and I say me tenase healing. We should clear that confusion. Now I say as a relationship, as a new relationship, as a name ex no, as a name ex no. We should clear that confusion up. Say be boy ama yet me I handle breakup situation no eye. Yeah, Christopher no. I read teacher say say you break it up. Is it you break it up away? Indeed, or see a day on your coupons and material for red. On your coupon, me what time or more questions are made the discussion. Me co speed no. Indeed, whether me varied teachers no and my name may say. You don't know why our relationship no didn't work. Indeed, just trust God. Say, "Nyankopon, and I'm back for your own good, and move on." I did just say, "I told you, I say sometimes, our broken relationship no is to protect you." So broken relationship no is to make you mature for the next one. So broken relationship no is to redirect your path. Mama Refi first point na near can legitimate reasons no. Okay, me person me yes of. And now oba say omboa me e ma me yes of. Indeed, when that relationship no anye adwuma Echo say, okay, Nyankopon epese ukipu sa ambition of becoming an elder, a deacon, and untina sa relationship na nyejuma because already can catch off from the start say bra say who was adwen nkwa de na yimi film. And also okay, odonti me de Nyankopon de ne beto na maware no. With the mind say oh me ware ni wi a me sa akofa. Okofa once we can catch on, there's no way Obaboa mu etimi aye effective in salvation. In the Nyankopon direction of the man faso. Sometimes it is to redirect your path. And I say a choir Nyankopon about to our man. And I say it is to prepare us for a better life after our first relationship. No. Emubu ankomo eshi omo first na ware omo anka de pese ye nkin ndimi nye indi yente sa enema na se God often removes what you are holding so he can give what he has prepared. Indi etoda de kuta ona onyankopon enim se embo ano opeso ogifri wunsem no mo de onu nyankopon asiesie the amount so that you can pursue adia onu nyankopon the amount say pursue no. And the warning to the Christian youth, do not stay merely because number one we have been together for too long. So for ako kan the presentation adia bechi no aye wedding kra now bibi katro say bre emfa sister emfa sabre no ware ubetimi ajai radio asem ne bebem omo beka ya beka aburo so 2 weeks ni ajai eno beye pa chense se obaware now marital life no beye 50 years obekwa akotena aware mu with problems for 50 years than winning in Pananante for 5 years, 5 years, quite a dozen. 3 years, 5 years, na anyi. Compare 3 years, 5 years to 50 years of marital life. A year problem ridden. A year hell, small hell on earth. Second one, I'm afraid to hurt them. Yeah, Jamie, I say, I will hurt him, I will hurt her, and now I will be hurt. And the when say legitimate or bukum or manipulative, or more compromise on your Christian value. You know, say I don't want to hurt him, and I say I don't want to feel hurt until let's go on. Third fallacy: marriage will fix our problem. Marriage Nankasa has its own problems. It is all the problems are kuma. Who are the marriage Nankasa problem na can do other than marriage will never fix any issue in the courtship relationship. Se nipa no kan okre. Se nipa no ye konkonseni, se nipa ni bufu ntem, se nipa no eni odo, se nipa ni ntiase, we say o me ware na besesa, oboa. Don't try. Because the woman no at best cry no best 60% of the person's true character. So only no kotna 24/7 for 1 week, for 1 month, for 3 months and abuhu the true character, the true picture. Indeed, so when you proper counseling as to how to adjust that, marriage will fix the problem. Oh boy, I think the compounded problem now. Okay, one is no, ebi, and you must say no abuse. Obi obo bema. Mental abuse, emotional abuse, and some physical abuse. Indeed, we abuse ourselves emotionally, mentally, physically. They are the member netaya man. Persistent dishonesty, controlling behavior, and spiritual compromises. Indeed, Sandema we say yehu ewo courtship stage now. Try and say marriage will not fix these issues. Indeed, if you have to run fast. Have your questions are there, Pauno. When is breaking up a wise decision rather than failure? In the relationship process, no, a baby partner who say the best time to break a relationship rather than obetna hwama adenankasa ajiegu ngonai. Second question, that's discussion question. I'll do the conclusion. In what I want to do to let you know these questions, we do the conclusion. Then we come back to discuss this plus questions. Why is honesty important in ending a relationship? I don't know who here say see a breaky relationship. You cannot cry. Yama nipana ni break it up nuhu the true state of the relationship for which reason we'll have to part ways. I didn't know who here. And third one no how can the church support hurting youth after broken relationship? Sorry no your role then say oh you will be come kwa there ebema broken heart panier. I know this year, a better no abeka. Indeed, I saw no, you bet me up if you open up. Okay, indeed, your conclusion, I say, break up handled with prayer, truth, kindness, purity, and peace can still glorify God. Say, yetia say relationship na ye break it up, na ye de adwene pa. Yede akumapa, yede odo, yede papa ye edi breakia. saa broken relationship no kra no ehye nyankopon animunyam. Yes. Mene Yvonne yete asori mu bese me ware Yvonne na bibi nti anyeye na break it up in a nice way. The best of ways are you me betimi manage. We can still stay in the church and worship and glorify God with it. Ade na enyeye. Just wa nye ni ye die enyeye. Enda make wa nye ni ye die enyeye. If you ever must leave a relationship, live in a way that protects your witness, preserves another person's dignity, and reflect the character of Christ. Say ebase relationship ni enyeye obi anko ni ba bia o say yenye no ewo kwan a ebe protect yen say ye Christopher ebe mo obi enu say ampa me ni Yvonne ejai but me a correct Christian, me ni Yvonne ejai or a correct Christian. What the point na say enu achi no ebebo ni dignity ho ban ebebo mesumi dignity ho ban na yemienu ye bra no a kire Christo su ewo yemu se me ni Yvonne kasa ye ba ware na anye ya enu nche se mintimi nye Christo ni biem. Philippians chapter 1 verse number 27 say, conduct yourselves in a manner worthy of the gospel of Christ. Bibiemu no or say ye boy embra se be ya ebefata onyankopon asema waka kire no ndi aha na edisi na obi o question obi o contribution or the aba abra wo yeyi ye try say be questions we are no doctor information True or fool?
About breakup, I think
okay.
Young, almost from
Maybe you know. Ye ma ani lawyer mo bi ma no me ntie asem. Aba. Beju ye ma no.
Bema ne tenase ena odwen ho say Oma aditi for 3 years. Oma be drew university. I was also date another 4 years
to finish school.
Or her first semester honum na boys are approach girl no. Ano wedding. Ot na ho by the time we be school no.
Obi beje.
Girl no one ha obi ja no. One ha girl no be ja no. Ena girl no so timi wi oni girl no o man jai kran say girl no wi school pe girl no de our be pressure no on so afi no obi wi school ko pe adwuma ne ade ti otena say no say dating so de ye jawa na ya but u jai enye ya asem o kan no nti obe say o jai ne sisi a na o move on. Yes, I would say they are Bibeji, and I say could do no marriage no a bear pressure. In Tiano Sano, a wise decision, and now all taking CC one. And now on your honest with the girl, say I don't know me share the air corner, Ubi Jammy. Ubi Jammy to us with the Jao. I ain't me follow no. See, but until on your honest with the girl, and I say, oh, dear, on Jan and play along. I do need a bit near Jan, but eventually, Ujan, we named your catcher, but Honum now, Ujan, and I'll maintain new friendship. Kakra. So I think some of you school 5 years near Obian area, Obiadaho. Into looking back, so Bevan will take his selfish decision and I say into
okay, I get the question, and Me personally, I experienced something like that. Yes. Me university. During service, I met this nice lady, very, very good girl. The issue is that no Church of Christ need me straight away in my dream, my blacklisting. Honestly, I buy me to say, my first criteria is say I want Church of Christ near own camp. Indeed, just another church of Christ there straight keke. But this lady was very good, very, very good. In the service time, national service time, young comedian ma me who say interest. But me catch and say, hey, Carter. Service time, after na obe pay juma ye. To say the doctor cano or the arena be pressure. In the so when you're ready, the best thing is say let her go. In the ono the no finance can be catch no say minim say ono the way I were ready for marriage ni me dey make say me trainer. Because on train me and ya dey say obet me a train me. In the on the kan ye beba. No. Unim, church mkoshiano no ya jumo register general bebe register companies no. Koshiano. Dan obomi de pa. You office wa mko na say, hey, mumbo boy na jami no. And the doctor, to answer your question, say what now analyze this situation, now who say, and also I did back I told that yeah, member near and tiny. What's the situation? Wow, show a man when you are by the same age, the likelihood say on over warrior jano a best 90-10 against Bema warrior job. Indeed, so who say Obama pressure one kasa unye ready Germany nko. After so many years he says still guy interested, the lady is still interested that this will be a honda. Indeed they can reconnect. Indeed when to take that decision, ejina purpose for which you establish the relationship. So the purpose is clearly defined that you know when to terminate it. Yes, lawyer.
Yes, relationship no break up ba yema yeho ebre asana say yebeshe fofrasia ya she asi pese mi hu ebre na ye fama na ye ho no how long
Okay
na edinti na yema ye ho sa ebre no.
Very good question. Honestly, say who experience broken relationship, you have to go through the process of a broken relationship. And now broken heart now you have to take time and go through broken heart process. No? Say Orashi sa process now, the likelihood say or second relation and also first relationship after the broken one no ebesa breaking is very high. Because one turbo and healing. The length of the time, no, mean can't say bedi 1 year, a bedi 3 months, and I bedi 6 months. A bit depending on how the breakup happened. Say a year peacefuler and time chebebri because you don't feel hurt for a long time. Say a year acrimonious gidi most times no it take a longer time than a broken relationship happen peacefully. And what you did when you were together and so influencing the length of time and how long you dated and so affected the length of time in the so bit me specific say 1 day, a bay 2 days, a bay 3 days, a bay 1 year no will be a little bit difficult. But say factors me and say I'm making and a bit determine our process no.
So Master say
my main example be my my personal example. Lady, in fact, in my life, I don't know about me said that in a life, but I know so now. And when I sat head down, many kotna take buta and yedim komo to end the relationship. Many years, many days I'm coming here, no, I know catch them say what maybe the median there or no they will die. Indeed, I had to wait for her to tell me, say now she's gotten over it before Obietimi moving on. And it took her 6 months before mommy a feedback say after they were there to me say I didn't need to be uncle baby. Just to answer your question, it depending on how an Emma happened here in the relationship, how the breakup happened and all of that. Yes.
Okay, so that's it. And say now because I say when broken heart now. What for you go 17 now what I teach you over there. Yes, mo. Na I don't know. Say ba now we find me o. I don't guess we be asre but say etoa ho. Aso be ke do atuni bia. Hwe onim ena de eto no wa eto be hye no eye wa ho godim.
Yes.
Say ungo dima ho. Say wo wurem ne say ye 90 over 10 a kana sakata na modu na 100 na. Hey bra they say na wo lefis nyakopon kra ho. Ampo he e ba sa na afi na atwo ne adwenbone say ka yoba npa no o pata ne bone. What I say in that time na sa na to no won ka se nyakopon ho ti be de kra na efu mu kra ko
anu na make say who do such situation now? What did you tell me? Now say you do me boys in the year, Jumano. And the conference issue is a buyer. And no, as you be uncanny experience of broken heart. Bako was it? Oshia, I know I talk credit to the good. I talk credit the good and corner phone so say, oh my friend again, man. Because I know that the phone frag again for. Aha. I know make us say, you see, sometimes every relationship, yeah, na purpose ni yes say, yeah, person the wire no, or say at least, yeah, ma enipa bia or yeah penimu, yeah trust no, yeah aware, so that say issues bema. That person be first person you be con ho for advice ndi se bibi says here obehu then obetimi aboa but problem a me make say ye won here say you mu bebre the relationship ni sie the relationship no make sie na enye say bia ma asori ha obi enhu say me ni ibo no na eko omo ye omo matter in your warrior decision, no, they should be in the known. They should be in the known. Maybe one day, processor also you can say relationship FM. You no, my parents knew very late in this one. Now I say. Wasa nwe gari
so for me that's it but me question no
has to my wife no then remember wife ni yes young people me fi me
but o kasa no ka say ye man no ye be make a decision as to whom we are dating and you consider ye in faith as in sorry no but so for enye nyina so ne benya yekunu wo Church of Christ
me no ya adwen
inti ene sa ne be ne den this week a colleague teacher ebisa me say aniti Nti me obi a onko Church of Christ me nware na na oye bema. Anam so me nware no. Ono se sa anam se ai. Wan catch you ya pon school o se na mle wo ji hu di se wa sori mo ka omo ho efe no.
Oh.
Anam se asembe ni o se ai.
Obo amami ni kan clear kra fi otrim. Ye kan the first three omo ho efe pa wa sori ni ma o ka ho. I don't so nyela no to abo ma park ne so.
I'm saying no kasa o say Church of Christ for Jehovah Witness any deeper life mostly yeah sorry yeah ho stab emma no mo ho efe wa sorry ni mu pa mo na ya sorry me ma ni di kan ware omo so mo ware omo a na che so mo anam say na che so mo ho nya fe wa ya sorry ni de omo ware o si de bi omo ware omo ninti so for me de be si wa say no so a na che say ya omo nya omo de wa ha and oba suju baby a be pressure worry you see one worry see obi ho no mo be ka say on worry and obi on say naturally on worry e bia nyankopon pem no on worry but almost so anyame pem na nyame pem on so desire so be worry na still onya ne de wa ha no na faith nti man in Pentecost man in Methodist man in aka no
A very good and sensitive question. My simple answer is or say you're conscious about your worry, especially a man, and to make our mind say, "Some person me worry Church of Christ ni nko dia enema o se me to attract Church of Christ for." Accusation modern Church of Christ for me say you romantic. You see, I no cry. Me no sister Tracy ya adwene. You romantic, but you correct. Maminka true story in Chemo. Make a true. Me name say time ne call true story ne dey upon. Me wo Church of Christ for a man mienu. Baako ye penny in terms of age. And baako ye ketwa but me and am connected omumienu ewo university so that the ye penny no ebe coach ketwa no ebra ketwa no koto penny no university because penny no we teacher training no dey call university we say SS graduate no dey call him. Omugo shia omo ye friends kama enkomodidie mu no ena penny no e ka kire ketwa no say are there ono from a pure Church of Christ home mama ne papa nyina dia ya wona atum ena o ka kire ne say ono senye Church of Christ ni a omare ketwa ne ka kire ne say the Church of Christ for sem na omanka ayem sana ketwa ne ka kire penny no before move school after 4 years no na ketwa no ware oshia obi o campus na omba ware in the circle of Sandanfo no including myself ketwa ne be ware jayi nyina na penino aso ware enu achi ansa na meme be ware ansa na lady no ono ware I think a year after yembuse say ekosi sen meme ware Church of Christ ni penino ware Church of Christ ni ketwa na ware Church of Christ ni no is in her third marriage. Or she is in her third marriage, and after 3 marriages, one. Penino cast on the on Church of Christ, man can hear no, wow for. Nijino who am I for? And the main point I say, set your mind to it. Work at it. Maybe a man you bet doing more further. How you see sometimes the guys just need a simple sign. Be I back and say Beckham. I mean, Matthias said that, but you are not showing those signs in the Any other question? 8:15. Last question. Yes, Prince.
Okay, so from Pacho Medasi. Now, na me dream baby who say to say the sister can. Obo obetimi atena ha na bia ne die ni ha. But otimi tu anamo kọ other churches na. Na bia na Nyankopon kra yi ne de wo ho no mama no. Nti enye se me ka Church of Christ e gidie ba ku. Enti no enye chenchene atwan se bia obetena ha nko a. Na mum wutu anamo a e bi kura mpo a ho no na wo de wo. Ti me de ka.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Dr. Last Nenko.
Yo, so for my question here about my question here about parents are quote and unquote or more tribalistic. Akushia girl no ni parents are catching so any kind of infant ni ebefio. Omo kan no girl no so amfa na simbia enti ohia wona oye infant ni no so far as our fall amount no
Yonko.
So far as our fall amount nti no wa mboso nti kakra na okochia ni parents and ni parents resist our issue ni ma girl but still our girl na uncontrol until later na only girl need din come about that tribe seminar girl na be cause ni parents pro money nje infant for ho bibisa no bema no I was also take a step back and I say moving on.
Okay, me da say me kai wo university wo in Koshia ladies be me I know it wasn't about marriage but me can't say friendship relation no omo Voltarians o catch them say all bo school ni ma me catch them say hey me yabo ni din. As you go to Ashanti region, don't fall for Ashanti Manu. Even if you see him in your dream, wake up. And to say the doctor can hear true, some parents, the best way, say, and you can make us say your name, your phone, our home common them. When we are ready, say, Opeso warrior, first person. And now the influential our no any ndi hu nkomo ma da se say the baby medru menya meware in terms of tribe hefa na umpekra se medi bi beba fie odi kan ka trewa in your mind I call it do purposive sampling. Purposive you can make friends with obia but onya catch say or your tribe we pe say a tribe ya catch say mfa bi mbefia consciously who say menene ya down for but say aware pa dia because mawofo edi kan catch me no wo aware nka ho say one yes ubenya broken heart last minute and I know there my advice say I am strongly against the issue of tribalism because in Christ we are all one. I will also not discount the fact that because our traditional cultural ya na parents no name families bi ha omo reason ti omo pese omo mbambe ko our was certain tribes indeed I will preach that we respect your culture and your tradition in that regard, but overall, or see a tia say, Yingina nipa bako and found one tribe ye free. Indeed, once a year boy, I will for nom sasu bono near the year foot say, Yen Benini, and by a tribalistic and by country and Massa and Kofa tribe and Kofa tribe we say. Now, boy. Yankopon share no tiase
so from pacho me die no ade na si awie
aware ne ba so na ba so
aware ne yenyanko endru aware but man kan kyerɛ boy ne ntem boy ne nim ɛsi awie nti me boy ne me nkɔ so enware girl na na sɛ me njai
whichever stage am no omodru omoteye no once a waka to say ni parents ɛsɛ omompene so there's no way okwa omobeje watum eninti we should advise in situations like that ne say onti ase no mpani ba bi ntina hwɛ ade ba ko a you downplay pa acceptance so kofie bi mu na yanji huntuma wani nka ewo fie ho untimi ntine fie ho onya ka cho se aware no on foa so on pene so na o se chinchina a wo bekọ a se dem be o ka se asemsi a how na be do achi because we di kan ka cho se ade no on pene so dada enti o fo so na akọ a asemsi a on di wachi. Number 2, yie pa sika ba on be dibi because ono anka so be fere so obeba because or resist sa ade no ndi aware no be isolated every wabushim ndi say at certain point in the process say ebede di say baby a wo kɔ ne anji untuma kosi na pe oba bitina dan say obekɔ akɔwrem na ase ye betreat to say outsider and I say outcast in the ancient madam asepa your friends your time na eko na me for announcement we ento aso nyame aduma next month June no ewo 4 weeks enuanuma ye pese moboa yen mbadwa mutie enuanuma ye pese moboa yen na mo organize June jumedie ni mayen no Dr. Kofi Damwa Prince Akwa Isaac Jesse Jr. Teresa Ajimai and Yvonne Osebonsu in the Yvonne sister Yvonne Teresa no buy and Teresa Amba and Jesse sorry near who and Prince Suneti anyway and a doctor in the sa enipa enumi and nyame aduma June bosume no omobe organizing adwumadi ni na amaye 6th June that's next 2 weeks a youth day and socializing and 13th June the Christian youth and culture into bracket music movie and a fashion and 20th June the same topic and the last weekend 27th how to be in the world but not of the world in the Jumedia yenuanum ebeboa organize amaye next month no eno yankopon enhye na omayente ase e wo de Yesu yen ho yame aduma next week additions I'm trying to record the topic next week the because you can relationship issues and you say sexual temptations of the Christian youth Christopher Mabruno and so pa ba ni mema